I am $6,356 into this Whiteout survival account. It is day 35. I'm going to do my arena run, and then after the reset, I'm going to do a little spending. I'm probably going to do a break after the arena reset, and then I'll kind of cut and come back just to show you what I'm planning on, so I can have a little bit of time to kind of run some errands on the account and then prepare for that. But I figured it'd be nice to kind of show you my arena run. I've got 9 challenges left. I popped one off earlier in the day just to complete a daily, mission request. But here's where we're at right now. Let me just make sure, and we had some events, so make sure I use this up. Oh, I should actually claim anything that's in here as well, because we just got a bunch of stuff there. And I'll just make sure that anything I can do with my heroes are all up to snuff before I... Oh, let me go back to my backpack. Grab all that. And see, yeah, I want to get Molly up to 80 first, so I'm not spending on anything else. And the gear here, I want to get her gear up to 100 next, so I'll just press it as far as I can. That was a little bit of a bump, not much. I don't think I'll need it, but I've only got 9 minutes left. I like to try to be in a zone where, like, the last 9 minutes. Now, unfortunately, this is last couple days. I told folks in my old alliance that, like, look, I'm going to have to hit you because this is the last day of only my members are coming up on top. So there we go. I'm going to have to hit one of my own members. It is what it is. But essentially what I do, if you don't know that tip, if you're a veteran, you already know. You can just pause it and then it'll just show you what happened. But what I essentially want to do is try to get the most points possible, stay on top. And what I try to tend to do when I have this many is I kind of do the first one minute by minute. So we're down to the 8-minute mark, and I've got 8 more hits left. I found that I comfortably can do, I give myself 30 seconds each, and I just time it towards the end. So I know other people like do them all intensely right at the end. Maybe I'll have to get to a point where I do that. But right now what I do is I kind of do the first couple, because what I'm essentially looking for is just the highest point differential so I can get the most number of points. So what I'm really hoping is that somebody else pops up so I don't have to keep hitting my own alliance member. I'll try to avoid it as much as possible, but I need those points. Here we go. Let's hopefully now wait till this gets down under 7 minutes, and then I'll do a refresh if I have to. And when I get down to more 5 minutes, I'll kind of do them a little bit more. I'll hold one in the tank, or I'll hold one in the tank basically to the last 30 seconds usually. But this may be, I may have such a runaway lead that it might be difficult to catch. I'm not sure. It might be better for me to actually wait. I still have 7 though, so I do a refresh here. Oh, darn, man. Come on. Always at the top of my list. All right, I gotta hit it again. I'm sorry, Gio, if you're watching this, you know the deal. It's for points. He must be playing last minute as well. So I'm going to weight this down a little bit, and hopefully somebody else will come into the top of that list. Essentially what's happening is I'm suppressing one of my own teammates, and I don't really want to do that too much. So if I can avoid it and still think that I can win, but this is getting kind of close. If I can avoid it and still think I can win, then I will. But at this point, this is last day. It's play for keeps. We told each other that. This is a side game. I don't know. Tell me in the comments if your alliance does this. Some people get real angry about hitting their own teammates. This one, especially because it was Arena of Glory, where it's multiple states, I figured for the whole week, I tried to avoid as much as possible my own teammates. Then yesterday, I kind of limited myself to 3 hits or max on my own teammates, because the problem is our team keeps rising to the top, so they're all I have to select. I'm talking and I'm going to miss my window here, but let me do a refresh here. Yeah, I mean, our team is always at the top of this list, so what am I supposed to do? This is the last phase of the competition, and there's not a lot I can do other than it's the way the game is played. I have 5 left, and we're running out of time, so those 5 I can get off in at least 2.5 minutes. So maybe I'll weight this down to 4 minutes and do another one. I like to kind of keep a couple right towards the end, but it doesn't look like it's that close this week, so maybe it won't be that competitive. But I don't know, this other player, like, I mean, I know, you know, if they're on the ball, they can wait until like the very last minute and pop off like all 5 really quickly and just hit the top player over and over again, which will suppress that higher player, but also give them the maximum amount of points. That's the idea of doing the sniping last minute. I just don't want to be, you know, in such a rush that I have to do all 5 so closely together. But this is the strategy I use. Sometimes a little pro strategy I had to use once is if I was competing with somebody who had really high power, almost what mine was, is I purposely did a part of the arena with my lower power, and then I knew I had some power stored, and I waited until I did a bunch of hits and I rose to the ranks a certain point. And then right in the last 2 minutes, I added all the gear. I buffed up the gear and added the levels, and kind of my power was then higher. And so now I wasn't as a juicy a target anymore, because you can't just keep slamming me to get those points. So that's a strategy you can use. In this case, I don't think I needed to do that, so I didn't prepare for that. So we got the last 3 minutes coming up, and I'll try to get all these 5 in the last. I don't think it'll be much of a challenge, but just get the last of these in the last 3 minutes. And then we'll take a break and do some spending. So I really have to do Hall of Chiefs. I don't want to hit my same teammate over and over again if I don't really have to, so I'm going to throw one away. Throw this one away. See where things stand. Ah, man. Well, it's only fair to hit somebody else, but look, I don't think I'm going to really need to, like, be that aggressive, so we'll see. Maybe I'll have to do the last one. Last 2 minutes, and I have 3 left. Yeah, it's looking like I won't need to be that aggressive, so I think I can, unless somebody really snipes me in the very last minute, I'm going to let this go down to a little bit under, like closer to 1:30, because that's kind of my comfort zone. I know I can get them done in 30 seconds. It really doesn't even take 30 seconds. Probably it takes 10 seconds max if you're on the ball, but you never know if something's going to glitch on you a little bit or something. So I'll weight this down to 1:30. Do another refresh and see where we stand. All right. Let's see who's where. All right, well. I don't know, man. Only have 3 left. Just get this one out of the way. Another, throw it away again. All right, good. This is good. This means somebody else is trying to make a move. I got 1 minute left. I'll grab this one once. And then, good. Now we got another one I can hit. And then I'll just grab him, like, last 30 seconds. Should be fine. And now I don't have to hit my own teammate anymore. And I can just grab those points. So just grab this one. Get that one in before the timer expires. There we go. And hopefully that looks like it's enough of a lead that I don't think anybody can touch that. All right, while that's going on, let me show you what I'm dealing with here. While I'm waiting for that, what I was waiting for, it was for the Hall of Chiefs to unlock, because, and let's see what the phases are. I know the phases are generally usually the same. Does it show? Okay, so yeah, if I just click here. So this today is construction and research and troops for 20. Then we've got Lucky Wheel, and I'll be able to play the Lucky Wheel as much as I want, because that's a good use of gems anyways, and I need to get these Geronimo shards. And this is basically gathering, so basically the Lucky Wheel is going to probably dominate this. And we have some hero shards. Yeah, so hero shards. So that'll be day 2, hero development. Train the troops will be day 3, stage 3. And I wonder what the math is on what's more, raise 1 power by training troops, or, these, if it's equivalent or not. I'm curious. I'll have to do the math on that. Then we have some more pure gathering day. That's gather resources. 4, 5 is essence stones. So this is what I was waiting for, the essence stones. It's widgets. And I do have some widgets I've been waiting to use on Molly. Power through construction here, 30 and 30. So the thing is, in the other phases, this is 30 and 30, but in some of the other phases, it was 45 and then 30 later. So it was like a penalization if you did it later. Now it looks like there's really no penalization from doing it later. And then raise chief gear score. So I'll be able to do, I think I can do some of that as well, excluding charms. So that's not the charms. And then finally, shards again. So is that the same? And this is using speed ups for construction here. So using speed ups and charms, I'm sorry, hero shards. So 35, this is 4, 14, and 35. And what's the hero development say? 4, 14, 35. So it's the same. So whether you use those shards here or there won't matter much. And I might actually get some shards from the lucky wheel on this day over here. So that's probably, I'm gonna have to look through the shops a little later. I'm gonna take a break after this report comes in, hopefully. There we go. Ranked to #1 in Arena of Glory. That's what I thought was gonna happen. So good. And I got to keep my skin. Let me make sure my skin is still active now. Because that's, there we go. Equip that bad boy. And there we go. So I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to come back with a little bit of spending around the Hall of Chiefs run. I'm going to see what the deals are and how that's going to have any synergy with Hall of Chiefs, and then show you what that spending looks like for today. Because I haven't been spending in a while, but this is something I think is important to spend for. So I'm going to do a little maintenance, check out the shops, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back from doing my account maintenance, and here's the thing. I didn't realize we just transitioned into Gen 2. I was looking through all the shops and stuff, and then look what I came across. So I was going through the Hall of Chiefs. I think really there's only going to be 3 things I can do for Hall of Chiefs for my last Geronimo shard, and that's going to be playing, well, 4 things maybe. Playing the Lucky Wheel, generating troops. I can do some research, and then troops, and more troops, and then essence stones. I can do when essence stones come out, and to chief gear. So I'm going to focus some of my purchases around that, and whether you guys tell me it's efficient or not at this point, like, kind of it is what it is. But check this out. I was going through trying to see which is the best deals I should get. I'm going to try to stay right now under that, $5 mark, because that's the most efficient. As long as I get the VIP, I'll get some stuff that'll help me with the troop grinding. And this isn't about anything other than it's kind of synergy. I need the troops, and I need some Hall of Chiefs points. So that's what that's all about. Now, as I was going through, I came across the daily deals, and I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, that hero looks different. What's going on?" And I take a look at that, and look at this. They're Philly shards. So now we're in a transition where we're in Gen 2 starting. And I'm going to buy these daily deals because unlike the previous one, if I recall, they did not include VIP points. I don't know why that is. Let me see if I change the hero back here. No, they did include VIP points. Maybe I didn't notice that. But I'm gonna pick this up. So I'm gonna change the hero back to Philly. And since this will give me a new hero, give me a jump on a new hero, and I'm gonna get VIP points for it. I don't think this is a bad deal to pick this up daily. I don't know. Tell me in the comments if you disagree, but this is the first purchase I'm going to make because I'm excited about being able to start working on Philly. Let's see. Yes, I do want to buy that. So that's my first purchase today. Grab that and get some VIP points with it, and I'll just keep on grabbing those daily deals so I can get Philly shards. So that's that. I do also have some keys and stuff that I can use. But the next thing I think I'm going to do, I don't want to really get into the standard deals if I can avoid it. The next thing I'm going to do, let's see, this is the gear enhancement. And this is the widget. This is a widget chest also. Contains a widget of your choice from Flint, Philly, or Alonso's exclusive gear. So again, just because this does include the VIP points and maybe not the most efficient purchase, but I'm kind of early in the game. I'm going to need to be doing things for Hall of Chiefs anyways. So I'm going to grab this while it's here. Again, tell me in the comments if you think these are bad purchases, but I'm not going to go to the $10 mark. I'm just buying it at the $5 mark for now. And then in the mix and match, I'm going to stay again at the $5 mark. And the only problem for this one is amongst all the other things I need. I really do need, I need it for multiple purposes. I know you guys tell me not to buy the speed ups often, but I'm in a position right now where I do need to spam some marksmen. And as much as it might be nice to kind of use this for the other purposes, I really need the marksman plus ups, so speed ups. Oh man, it's just painful to kind of get all marksman speed ups, but I think that's the right play here for my Hall of Chiefs needs, because these other ones aren't going to be useful towards my Hall of Chiefs. The research could be, but I think I'm going to get more points from the troops, and I need the troops right now for other reasons anyways. So I'm going to pick up this. Tell me in the comments if you think these are bad purchases, but I'm going to pick up that for $5. So that's all at the $5 mark. And part of this is like, I'm thinking of synergy. It's like, yeah, I'm getting some VIP points. I'm getting something I need for Hall of Chiefs. I'm not getting into the less efficient spend here. So I am kind of like, trying to be a little bit efficient about it still. I don't think there's anything here. Yeah, there's nothing in here otherwise. So the Lucky Wheel will come out tomorrow, and that'll be part of the Hall of Chiefs, right? Yeah, so that'll be tomorrow. And let's see what the deals are. These deals are not, I mean, I don't see any point in spending on these. Yes, I could get the, well, I'll have to think about this one. Again, tell me in the comments if you think this is worth it, but I'm not going to buy this one right now until I read some of your comments. I could buy the $5 one here as well, just so I can get the mythic manuals. Maybe it is worth it from that perspective, because I am going to have a bunch of new heroes, and there is, but those don't count towards Hall of Chiefs, so it's really not a good spend in that regard. And then the rest of these are just some standard deals I already have. Like, I don't know if there's, well, let me go look at that again. I don't think there's much of a point in getting these for Hall of Chiefs. It's not going to unlock anything that's going to help me with the Hall of Chiefs, I don't think. And the same with the Intel card. It's really not going to help unlock anything for Hall of Chiefs. So I think that's all my spend is looking for now. There's going to be the wheel tomorrow, so there's going to be more events. So I think this is my plan right now, is for day one of Hall of Chiefs, I'm going to want to get some troops going and do the research. I have a bunch of research that I can probably speed up as well. And that's all I can do for phase one is research and troops, and let's see where I land. So I'll give you an update tomorrow on Hall of Chiefs, and we'll see how this goes. Until then, make sure you like and subscribe and turn notifications on. I go live often, and you don't want to miss anything. If you like this type of content, if you want to follow my journey, I'd appreciate it very much. Until next time, thanks, and I'll see you later.